Okay, today discussed about the digestive system. So, what is the digestive system? The digestive system is a process that transforms food into form that can be absorbed and used by the cells. It have many process in the digestions like the mechanical digestion, chemical digestion, ingestion, propulsion, and the absorptions. So it is the human digestive system consists of the GI tract and the accessory organ. In the GI tract, now the tongue, salivary gland, pancreas, liver, and the gallbladder. And the digestions involve the breakdown of food into smaller and smaller components until they can be absorbed and assimilated into the body. No, the major organ and the accessory organ. The major organ is the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and the accessory organ are liver, gallbladder, and the pancreas. So next is the human digestive system. So human digestive system is the process of reducing food into smaller molecules that can be absorbed into the body. And the function of the mouth is the entry point of the food, and it helps digestions with the help of teeth. And the function of teeth is cut, tear, crush, and grind food. And salivary gland is also responsible for the digestions, like produce and secrete the saliva into the oral cavity, and it's moistures the food contain enzymes, vitamin, and the salivary amylase, and it start digestion of starch, and it's break down into the smaller polysaccharides. And the main function is to mechanical digestion and the increasing surface area for the faster chemical digestion. Third one, next one is the esophagus. It is connecting the mouth to the stomach, running through the thoracic cavity, and it's located behind the windpipe, and it has a epiglottis or preventing food from entering the windpipe, and it's moved the food into the esophagus while time of swelling. And the food travel to the esophagus through a series of involuntary rhythmic contractions. Okay, it's called the peristalsis. So what is the peristalsis? Peristalsis is the moment in which the contraction is a start, and it's a wave like contractions. In this process, the food travel down towards esophagus to stomach with the involuntary rhythmic contractions. And the main function is to secrete mucus, and the main function of mucus is to lubricating and support the movement of the food. Okay, esophageal sphincters. In this case, the bolus reaches the stomach and pass through a muscular range veins called esophageal sphincters. Also, we call the cardiac sphincters, and their function is to stomach with the help. It's help to backflowing into the esophagus. It's a prevent. So a stomach is a J-shaped muscular bag-like structures, and in the stomach structure they have many inner folds. They also call the rope, and with the help of rope they increase the surface area of the stomach, and they perform the mechanical digestions and churning the bolus, mixing the gastric juices. Which are secreted by the lining of the stomach, and the gastric juices, the function of gastric juices, it helps to the breakdown of food and kill the bacteria that come along with the food. And the bolus is the nerve called chyme. Okay, when the food is the mixed with the HCl, and this process is the called chyme. So enzyme present in the stomach. First of all, the enzyme is present in the stomach. Their main function is to maintain the acidic environment, and they secrete HCl, and the HCl kills the any microbes that found in the bolus, and it also prevents the stomach for the digesting itself. And pepsin is an enzyme which secretion is responsible for initiating the breakdown of the protein in the food. So the when we eat food, proteinous food, so pepsin is the responsible for initiating the breakdown, and it also hydrolyzes the protein to in polypeptides. And the enzymes present in the salivary gland just stop the breaking down of carbohydrates. Okay. A question arises in our mind: the why stomach does not digest itself when it have HCl. So therefore, because they have a protective mechanism. Three protective mechanism we are discussed here. First is the stomachs only secrete small amount of HCl whenever food is present. Okay? So second is the secretion of mucus coats the lining of the stomach. They protect the gastric juices. And the third is a digestive enzyme like pepsin is an inactive protein called pepsinogen. Pepsinogen convert to pepsin in the increased presence of HCl. Okay, when increased presence of HCl, the inactive pepsinogen then converted when the level of HCl is increased. Okay, small intestine is the responsible for the complete digestion of all macromolecules like the absorption. And the main function of the small intestine is the absorptions. Okay, and their parts is the duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum. Duodenum is the first part, and their length is 25 centimeter long, and it is located between the stomach and the middle part of the small intestine. And after food mixed with stomach acid, they move into the duodenum where they mix with bile from gallbladder and the digestive route of the pancreas. And the jejunum is the if you look at this diagram, duodenum is the first part, and the jejunum is the middle, and the ileum is the next part. So jejunum is approximately 2.5 meter long, although some digestion is completed. And it has a villi and microvilli, and for the main function of microvilli is the absorption of the nutrients. So ileum is about 3 centimeter long and have a fewer number of villi and microvilli. Villi and microvilli are finger like the projections, and they absorb the nutrients. So although the absorption also occur here, and it is responsible for they are responsible for the pushing the waste material into the large intestine. So there are when there is food is present, they push the waste material into the large intestine. And what is the function of small intestine? It is a 90% of digestion and absorption of food occur, 10% taking place in the stomach. And the main function of small intestine is the absorption of nutrients and minerals from the food. We also discussed the previous slides, the main function of small intestine is absorptions and also the nutrients. Protein, peptides, and amino acids are also act as enzyme, and the trypsins, chemotrypsins also secreted by the pancreas, and their function is to break down smaller peptides. And the nutrients, how small intestine absorb the nutrients, because they have inner walls in the small intestine, and they are absorbed by the process of simple passive diffusion, which is a facilitated diffusion's primary active transport. And it's a transport nutrient rely about the lipids undergo passive or simple diffusions. And the next one is the component of the large intestine. So large intestine is composed of several distinct parts like cecum, colon, ascending, transverse, descending, sigmoid, and the next one is the rectum. And their function is to absorb water. Yeah, their main function is to absorb water. The function of the small intestine is absorb nutrients and the minerals, and the function of the large intestine is absorb water. Their main functions. So it's prepare the waste as a solid stool being expelled from the body, and it also absorb a vitamin beneficial bacteria, and their role is a breaking down undigested sugars. And they also produce many vitamins, for example, like K and biotin are absorbed back into the body. They also help in the reduce acidity. And when the fatty acid cause acidic environment, the large intestine produces alkaline solutions and reduce the acidity and balance the pH of the large intestine. And they also protect from the infections, and the mucous lining of the large intestine act as a protective layer. They prevent harmful bacteria forming, reabsorb into the body. And their accessory organ, also we discussed in previous slides, the accessory organ. So they are the liver, gallbladder, and the pancreas. They're also involved in the digestion. So first is the liver. Liver is everybody knows the liver is the largest organ, and its weight is about 1.5 kg, and it produces the bile. And their bile is a greenish yellow pigment made up of bile pigment and bile salt. It breaks down old red blood cells. Okay? And the gallbladder is a type of storage bag, and it's in this bag the bile is secreted into it, and all bile are stored here. So how does work? When food containing fat enters the digestive tract, the salts are secreted into the small intestine to digest fats. And they bile, what happened? Then bile emulsifies as a fat in a partially digested food, and they're assisting their absorptions. Now next one is the pancreas secreted a number of different enzymes into the small intestine. Their main function is to neutralize the HCl from the stomach, and it changes the pH of the small intestine. It is around the 8. And the pancreas secrete a number of different enzymes into the small intestine. And their role is to digest carbohydrate, lipid, and the proteins. And it also secretes bicarbonate, and they neutralize the HCl, and the pH of the small intestine is around 8. And the pancreas will secrete about 1.50 to pancreatic fluid absorptions. Thank you.